And we're live. Hey, people, it is Friday, June 9th. At least I think it is. And I'm here at my home in Midtown Toronto. And the temperature right now is a very nice 20 degrees Celsius. And the air is not too bad. And I see well over 100 people already viewing. Novelle Koss, Who's Jaw, Gaby, Sheena, Shivbalin, Jennifer Gala, Jeanette Morales, Vivian Johnson, Marie Palmer's here, Brad Palmer's here, Wesley's here, Bash Brannigan, Crikey, Gustavo, and everyone else. I can't read all your names. I think I saw Marge here as well. Mr. Hippo, Stephen Collins, Michael Mills. Lisa Gibson says, hi, Johnny. Hope you're well. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. Chris G, Matt Bros, and everyone else. Mayhem, Josh B, Michael Nguyen, Sanjay, and Kingston. I might as well keep reading your names, but welcome. So if you're new to this kind of stream, we just it's a little different from the outdoor streams where I'm like riding my bike or e-scooter or walking around the city. This is a little more laid back, a little more low key. I'm going to play some videos that I've recorded that I haven't uploaded or shared. Hey, a Blue Jay just hit it. Who was that? Matt Chapman just hit a double. Sweet. Yeah, I've got the J game on the big screen right now. But I'll be paying attention to you guys. But yeah, feel free to ask me anything and anything. Just keep it nice and light tonight. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. A huge shout out to our mods and our channel members and our Patreon members for their support. But in a few minutes, I'll fire up the first video of the night. But let's have an adult beverage tonight. I'm kind of in the mood for that. So this is a Muskoka Brewery detour. Gertej asking, how is Charlie? Did you not see today's video, Gertej? Did you not see that? The Richest says hello, Canwell. So this is a 4.3%. What kind of beer is it? I don't know. We're just going to drink it. So cheers, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Yes, the weekend is finally here. Crikey says, when you said Blue Jay, I thought you were talking about a pet bird. That's how much you understand sports. Well, anyways, cheers, guys. Happy Friday. And well, I guess you won't be pleased to know, but I'm pleased to know that tomorrow's video uploaded, locked, and ready to go 9 a.m. EST. So tune in if you want. It's only about 20 minutes. It's a short one, but if you want to hang out with the premiere, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that fun stuff. Then Sunday morning's video is also already done, which means I can kind of put my feet up and relax. I'm going to be a little busy tomorrow, so I took care of business early. Michael K is here. Hello, and we are already at over 150 viewers. Thanks, guys. So I might as well get started. So I've got 3 videos. One of them is a bike ride. One of them I'm walking, and another one I'm walking with Ken, but we're having kind of a personal conversation, so I muted the audio on that one. I hope you don't mind. And then if there's time, we might be going and doing some comments together just to hang out. Lisa Gibson says it's been quite the week with all this campfire in the air. Yeah, to me, it was the day before it really blew up when it smelled the worst. The last few days, it wasn't that bad for me. I went outside, the air smelled fine, a little bit hazy, but today it was completely normal. Like, I didn't notice any haze or anything in the air. Canwell says quiz time. No, we saved quizzes for the Sunday night stumbles. No quizzes, no dating advice. We're gonna keep it on the Strides channel. CJ Hoyle recently surpassed 50,000 subs. Congrats to him as well, Whatever, let's fire up a video. So the other day I posted a video riding down the Dawn Trail and Bayview Trail as well. And this is my ride basically going back home. So this is from the Corktown Common. I believe I take River Street going north. I'm not entirely sure what route I take. Chris G says he was lucky. He didn't notice any air issues. And I got a DM from a trusty viewer saying, happy birthday to Tiffany. So Tiffany, happy birthday, longtime viewer. And apparently she's a big fan. So I'm saying happy birthday to you. Anyways, so we're about, here, let me take that silly weather off the screen. And maybe I don't have to be so damn big, right? Who needs to be looking at my ugly mug? Whoa, what am I shrinking here? I want to be shrinking me. There we go. Let's shrink me down a little bit. Throw me into the corner. Mark Briand, $11. Thank you for the super chat and your support, Mark Briand. And it says you're a channel member as well. Thank you for supporting through channel membership. Kevin Hawthorne is here. So I'm just waiting to turn left here. We're going to head up Bayview, and then I'm going to make my way to River Street. So this first bit is going to be on the e-bike. Hopefully the volume is okay. And Mr. Hippo in the house. Is the traffic the cost of living of how rude the people are? That's the worst part of Toronto. I don't think people who are rude, and I don't know. That's a weird question. I don't know how to answer that. Michael K says no score yet of the Jays game. It looks hazy in this vid. This video was recorded last Sunday, I think before. But yeah, it does look hazy. It does look kind of overcast. You're right. But I think this was before we were really impacted by the Quebec wildfires. And yes, this is my first drink in over a week. Bash Brannigan says, does Charlie ever bark? He does. He actually lunged at a dog in that video I recorded today. Elian Liu is here saying hi, everyone. Hi, Elian. And yep, we're going north up River Street in the bike lane on the e-bike. And I think I pretty much went at max speed in this one. I just kind of went all the way home. I think I took Mount Pleasant as well. I'm not entirely sure. Val Costa's lungs are excellent for the lunges are excellent for the glutes. Wesley says, how is it like having a dog? I do not have a dog. This was a friend's dog that I walked, but I grew up with a dog. I quite like a dog. That didn't sound right. Who's just says no travel plans coming up. You know what? I just got an email from YYZ Deals about deals like next April. There is a Cathay Pacific flight to Bangkok that's $900 round trip, but it is next April. And there's also one to Vietnam that's like $950 on a fantastic airline. So I am definitely considering that. Tiffany Tran, thanks for the birthday wishes. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Smiley face. Oh, you are watching. You came out of the woodwork. All right. Long-time viewer. Thank you for having your friend, or was it you tipping me off to say happy birthday? Thank you. Oshira says, what was your dog's name? My first dog's name was Rusty. He was an Irish setter. And then we had a dog named Mookie, who was an American Cocker Spaniel. Crikey did an internship on Bay Street, so you have some experience. Jenna A says, I enjoy watching your awesome videos. You're hoping to come to Toronto in July. Well, feel free to say hi, Jenna A. Jennifer Gala says, I was surprised seeing the sky in New York City. We never had that here in Canada. Yeah, at NYC, it was like an orange, like, there's like pictures. Oh, I ended up taking Shooter Street. I thought I was going upriver the whole way. Yeah, there was a, like, it really looked apocalyptic, right? Yeah, I said that weird. Like, it was crazy, some of those scenes from New York City. The richest wishing a happy birthday to our viewer. Chris Mills says, good evening, Johnny and friends. Good evening as well. Joseph saying hi. So yeah, we are heading west on Shooter Street. Tomorrow's video is going to be like an indoor video. Lisa Gibson says, dogs are awesome. I love dogs in my life the most. Let's start a little poll. What do you prefer? If you want to say both, just pick the one you like more. But let's see. What would you rather have as a pet? Let's get a little polling action going on. Are you a dog person? Are you a cat person? You want neither? Let's find out. Ryzen Nav says New York City looked like how Mars looks. It did have some of those vibes, didn't it? Michael K says NYC bad air, and now they're going to have to start composting. Yeah, so we are going east on Shooter Street. That is Moss Park on the left, so this is on the east end of downtown. Yeah, so for the two videos I recorded today, one is an indoor video. I revisited a video I made over 3 years ago, or about 3 years ago, and the other one will just be an outdoor one. Zach Dong is playing guitar, and now it says break time. Bash Brannigan says, is your apartment pet friendly? It's very pet friendly. There's lots of dogs coming and going. And more importantly, it's bicycle friendly, at least to me. You can bring your bikes up and throw them on the balcony. Crikey says, cats get a bad reputation. Yes, they knock things down randomly, but can you blame them? Well, most dogs are like sociable, and some cats are sociable. A lot of cats are kind of like individualistic, right? They keep to themselves, and I think that's why people don't like them as much. Uh-oh. 2-0 Minnesota. There she goes. 2-run shot off of Kikuchi. The Jays are down. Gabriel says NYC looked worse than... That's a tough comparison, but yeah, it did not look all that good. Jeanette says dogs. You're allergic to cats. Good reasoning, Jeanette. And thank you for the super sticker on the video this morning, actually. And thank you to Sheena Roberts as well. Do you plan to do a video on Finch Avenue East and Woodside Mall? I do not have a plan to do either of those things, but I can look into it. Matt Bros says need a both choice. Yeah, but I thought about that, but just pick the one you like more. There's no way you like them both equally. CJ says, yo, Johnny, hello, my friend, long time no see. Is that CJ Hoyle or is that just CJ? We have not done a collaboration in a while. Mr. Hippo says you were in my hood earlier. You're always in my hood, Mr. Hippo. You don't live too far from here. Bash Brannigan asking the real questions. Would you support robot umpires calling balls and strikes? Hell yes, just for the sake of consistency. That is something we needed to implement a long, long time ago. CJ says just CJ. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not who we think it is. But thank you again, Sheena and Jeanette. As we continue... Oh, we're going north up Sherburne Street. I wasn't paying attention, but we turned north on Sherburne. And I'm pretty sure... Oh, I think I just end up going through Rosedale, then hopping on Mount Pleasant, and then we blast up Mount Pleasant for most of the way. Let's see, what is the air quality index right now? What is the air quality right now in Toronto? Let's find out.
According to AQI, 1. What is the current air quality index, AQI, in Toronto? The real-time air quality in Toronto is 57, moderate, AQI now. This was last updated 2 hours ago.
Marge asking, have they finished my balcony yet? Yes, they have. It is being unlocked and opened on Wednesday. So finally, for the first time in as long as I can remember, I'll be getting some fresh air on Wednesday. Chris Mills says we need robotic AI umpires. We absolutely do. Like, still have the guy stand behind home plate. They still have a role there, but he shouldn't be the one calling balls and strikes. We have the technology. It's on the screen. I'm watching it. Marge says about time. Mark S is here. Tom Bike says fresh air. Yeah, I guess maybe it's not the freshest of air right now, but come Wednesday, it should be pretty fresh. Wesley says, when will you be live streaming? I live stream randomly throughout the week. I don't normally announce it because the only time you know for sure when I'm live streaming is even Sunday nights aren't a guarantee on the Stumbles channel, but when there is no video in the morning at 9 a.m., before noon that day, I will live stream. Valerie says, speaking of air quality, are the fires being contained? I think they're mostly under control. There's been a huge effort from the U.S. as well to work with the firefighters up in Quebec, but I think they're not anticipating like canceling any more baseball games in New York or anything like that. So I think the worst is behind us, but I'm no expert. Bash Brannigan says there's firefighters from France as well. That's crazy. I did not know about that. I think I passed this guy. I remember passing this guy in front of me for some reason. Lisa Palmer's here, the Ottawa Wanderer. Hello, Lisa. Thanks for joining in. Cricket has something called the decision review system where Players can appeal decisions, and technology is used to determine if a wrong one was made, but it's not without flaws. Yeah, but it's better, right? They have that in tennis too. They've got like the line technology and stuff like that. Of course, says, how's the air quality? Apparently it's moderate, but I went outside today. I didn't feel any need to like wear a mask. Didn't smell any burning, so didn't bother me. I could have gone for a bike ride for all I cared. It would have been fine. All right. I thought I passed this guy. Maybe I did pass him and he passed me. I don't know. But I'm going to keep going north here. So this is Bloor Street East. I streamed along Bloor Street East. That was yesterday morning, right? I went to the Chester Hill Lookout and then down to Riverdale. Cynthia is surprised to see many cyclists don't wear helmets. Yeah, me too. I think it's insane not to wear a helmet. Patrick is here. Patrick, I still need to get back to your email, Patrick, but good to see you. I've got like 200 unread emails in the Johnny Strides inbox, but Patrick, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Let's end this poll. We're at over 100 votes. 62% said dogs, 30% said cats, 8% said neither. We're a dog kind of channel, I guess, but no offense if you like cats. I think Australia and New Zealand are sending firefighters as well. Tom Bike says most bike share riders don't wear a helmet. And what's interesting is they have bike share e-bikes. And by law, if you're riding a bike that has a motor, you have to wear a helmet in Ontario. Valerie says, yeah, but you can't yell at a robot taking all the fun. Well, you can yell at the umpires for other things. They still make lots of judgment calls. There's lots of things that robots can't do. It's just going to be strictly balls and strikes. And I think everybody would love the consistency that came out of that. Even if it wasn't like perfect, it would still be infinitely better than like a human doing that, right? Mr. Hippo says that includes e-bikes, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Are bike helmets required in Ontario for e-bikes? Let's find out.
According to Ontario.ca, when riding an e-bike, you must be 16 or older, wear an approved bicycle or motorcycle helmet.
There you go. That's in Ontario. You must be 16 or older to ride an e-bike and wear an approved bicycle or motorcycle helmet. Gaby says, Jay's got to walk. They did. Man on first. Your video must be ahead of mine because I literally just saw the walk as you said that. Yeah, Bash. Not many people hand signal their bike turns, unfortunately, these days. Mike T says there's still plenty of calls for the umps to get wrong. Yeah. The worst sport for that is basketball, though, right? You feel like the outcome of every game is like entirely in the hands of the basketball refs. It's insane. I don't know. Wesley says I'm 16, so I'll be able to ride my e-bike or scooter. Congrats, Wesley. Hey, Johnny, how long does it usually take to charge those moving e-bikes? To fully charge, I think about 6 or 7 hours. It's the same with my scooter. But I've got a few companies reaching out to me to send me brand new scooters. So now that I'm getting my balcony back, why not? So I'm going to hopefully have a few new scooters coming in. I've got some companies wanting to send me e-bikes, but I don't really know if I need any more e-bikes. I really like the two I have, and I have one that's like not working, and I've been too lazy to go get it fixed, even though the company said they'll fix it free. So I don't think I need... Look at this guy riding on the sidewalk. Well, I guess I don't really blame him in this stretch. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be getting any more e-bikes this summer, but we should be getting some more scooters in. Did you vote yet? No, I did not vote yet, but I will be voting. Of course I will be voting. I will be voting against Mr. Saunders. Do you charge your e-bike from an electric charger cord? Yep, it's literally just, it's like charging your laptop. It's like a little power brick. One end goes into your, where your battery is. The other end goes into the wall. Gabrielle says, I wonder if at some point licenses will be required as people buy more e-bikes and scooters. I think we're more likely to see like regulations, like a speed limit. Like if it goes over 30 kilometers per hour and it's of a certain weight, you will need a license. It would be technically a motorcycle or scooter. And if it's under those, you wouldn't. I think we have that now, but it's not enforced and nobody knows anything about the rules. But I think eventually we're going to have to get to the point where there is a clear cutoff between what is allowed and what isn't allowed. Craigie says got to have ranked choice ballot for municipal elections. That's a good idea, right? Because I don't want to vote for Olivia Chow, but I want to vote against Mark Saunders. And in order to do that, I want to vote the strongest candidate opposite to him, which is Olivia Chow. She's not my first pick. I don't think she has the best housing plan or really any housing plan, but she is so much better than the second person who would be an absolute disaster for the city. So that's my thinking there. Cynthia says, do you ever get nervous riding your bike on the busy streets? Nope. I'm quite comfortable doing that. I would just avoid it if I didn't, but I feel fine riding on busy streets. Never really had much of an incident other than the one time my wheel got snagged in the streetcar tracks and I bounced my head off the ground. Davey says, woohoo, 2 hitters on base. Yes. Tyler Heineman, the backup catcher, is up. No, he just got on base. 1 out. Sweet. Marge says, yeah, she's not even close, though. Ruben says, good movie suggestions, Johnny. I watched that movie on Amazon Prime about the history of Nike. That was pretty good. I think it's called Air or something. I recommend that. There's a movie on Amazon Prime called Drop the Needle. That's about a Play to Record, a record store on Spadina that has like a pretty interesting history. It's also more about like the move into like electronic music and hip hop and Toronto's influence on that scene and how the record stores on Yonge Street affected that. Yeah, so that's a really cool movie and it's really under the radar. It's not even on like Rotten Tomatoes, but yeah, I started watching that. Highland Pipers 50 says, hey Johnny, where do you work? You were looking at it. I work right here in this seat and in the city. I quit my job like 3 years ago. Which bike paths do you want to ride that you haven't visited yet? There's none on my radar in the city. Mike T says, my wife and I will be at the Pirates game tomorrow. Awesome. Hope you enjoy it. How comfortable were you riding the bike in Holland? When I was in Amsterdam, I felt fine. Like I figured it out. Like the signs were opposite. Like all the signs are on the near side. And I was kind of always looking across the intersection for everything, which it makes more sense the way they do it over there. Chris Back is here. Hey, Johnny, hope you're having a nice day. Thank you, Chris Back. Katie says bicentennial. Yeah, I don't know. I might watch a movie tonight. I'm all caught up. Maybe I'll pop an edible and watch a movie tonight. There's an idea. I've got all my video stuff taken care of for tomorrow morning. We're going to premiere a video. It's a dead shopping mall. That's going to be... Whoa, there we go. Jay's got some action. 2-1. Right fielder falls on his ass. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Chris Mills says Jay's on the board. Linda Jane Jackson's here. Cheers to Strides and Friends. Cheers to you, Linda Jane Jackson. Thanks for joining in as we are going north up Mount Pleasant. Oh, who can guess what I end up going to have for dinner tonight? Or in this video, I end up going to a place I'd never been to before in Midtown. Lisa is here. Says evening. Good evening, Lisa. David says gummies sounds good. Yeah. I think I'm going to do it. Let's have an edible tonight. Let's do it. Not on the stream, but after the stream. Come on, Vladdy. 2-1. Runners on the corner. Knocks him in. Gabriel says, Johnny, I'm dumb about some things. How do you avoid eating too many gummy edibles? They look so much like candy. You cannot treat them like candy. I would say just eat one and know your limits. If you've never done it before, do like no more than 5 milligrams and see how you handle it. Wait 2 hours before you take any more. But do not just keep eating them like candy. No, you open the bag, you eat one. You close the bag, you put it away. That's the way it works. Valerie says tacos are edible. Highland Piper's not really. Most of my revenue comes from the regular videos, actually. The streaming just kind of supplements it. Have you spoken with AK since he hurt his foot in the walk? Yeah, I saw him do that. He had to shorten his live stream, right? He sent me a message after, actually, when that happened. I have not spoken to him. Well, I spoke to him since, but we didn't speak about it. I'm assuming he's back to normal. Lisa, the Ottawa Wanderer, Indigenous Power, $2. Thank you, Lisa, and cheers to you. Thank you for that. The Bell Costas gummies are very expensive. You avoid overeating them. It's not to be a millionaire. I don't know about that. C'est bon Jollibee. I have not had Jollibee in a long time, and I probably won't have it in a long time. Anne says good advice on the edibles. Jennifer Gallus says, any thoughts on the new Apple Vision Pro? It has more than a 4K resolution for each eye, no screen door effect. You were very impressed by the UI. Yeah, I honestly think the Apple Vision Pro is dystopian, and it's going to rob people of the essence of life in the long run. I just don't see the need for it, honestly. Like, they want you to spend your time behind, they want to integrate their product into your life, basically. It's bad enough that people are addicted to their phone, but once people get addicted to like an AR mixed reality, I think we've lost our humanity. I really think that, oh, something just fell. I hope that it is nothing more than a toy. It is nothing more than VR is now. It's also very unlike Apple to like release a product that is not mainstream at all, that to be sort of like the first one in a category, right? They weren't the first one. Well, they're not the first one. There's the HoloLens, and there's like, you know, obviously Oculus and stuff, but they're the first ones to really put it all together in a tight package. I just don't see the need for it. They're not, the problem with Apple Vision Pro is they're not solving a problem. It's not a problem anyone has had, right? Like the iPhone solved a problem. Vladdy walked, right? And the iPod solved a problem, right? And it didn't solve any problems that we didn't already solve with MP3 players, but nobody is asking for this. Nobody needs this. It's also $3,500. So I don't know. I just think it's like flushing humanity down the toilet. Once we're all just experiencing everything through these goggles, people aren't going to go out. They're not going to travel. They're not going to experience life. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all as a technology. I don't see what it brings to our life. It could be cool, but Novell says the problem is Apple needs more money and has to come up with new ideas. Well, that's also the problem. Like, the smartphone market is saturated, and Apple can't penetrate, you know, big economies like China very well, or India, because they'll never ever compete on price with like budget Android offerings. So they're almost saturated in terms of what they can grow. And Apple's stronghold is the US. They don't have a stronghold in any other market, smartphone wise. So I think they're just looking to like create a new category and be the first ones there with a fully complete product. But I don't like the category. I don't think the category needs to exist. It's nothing more than a toy, in my opinion. One that could overtake humanity and turn people, I don't know. It's very not Apple. I don't think Steve Jobs would have done it. There's no way Steve Jobs would have done this. Anyways, Claudia says, I voted in the dog's cat neither poll with your other accounts. Fifi Connie is here. Hello. The Ottawa Wanderer says, I'm the tech expert. I don't know. I've been wrong on lots of things. I just don't like where Apple is going with this. To me, it's super, super dystopian. David Clippert says, Apple and Microsoft have been contenders since you were computering with Windows 98, ME, and XP. You've always preferred Microsoft and IBM PCs because Macintosh insists on their own language. Macs are built on Unix, aren't they? Clayton Crawford says Johnny should use his skills as a genius and create the Johnny on the spot vlog phone. No. This Galaxy S20 is now the longest serving phone I've ever had. And you know what? I have no need to upgrade it. The cameras are still fantastic. The battery life still lasts me over a day. The screen is still responsive. It doesn't have a headphone jack, but like, I just can't bring, like, why do I need to replace this really old phone? Like, it does everything I need it perfectly. So as much of a gadget WHORE person that I am, it works. It's not broken. Don't need to replace it. So I'm hanging on to my old phone, and I'm going to have that for the foreseeable future. Like, I see no need. Watch, I'm going to go out and buy a new one very soon, but I see no need to upgrade it. Gaby says Jay's out. Oh, no, it's 2-1. Bases loaded. Bottom of the fifth. 2 out. You just told me the inning didn't end well. Chris Mills says the new MacBook Air is sweet. Yeah, if you're a MacBook person and you want 15 inches. Tom Bikes will upgrade his S20 when they stop releasing security patches. Aaron says, who's your preferred candidate for mayor? I'm not going to say, but it's not Olivia Chow, but she's got my vote. She does not have... Fuck. That's the end of the inning right there. And we're at 225 viewers. Thank you all 225 of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thank you, Maroof. Jeanette still has a Samsung Galaxy 10 Note Plus. Ancient. We are what the Apple snobs call green bubble people, right, Jeanette? We when we text them, we're those hideous green bubbles that show up on their phone. Aaron says, what do you think of the Blue Jays getting rid of Anthony Bass? It was the right thing, not politically, but because he's a shitty baseball player and there was just no room on the roster for him. Like, someone just came up, like, get rid of him. Politically, yeah, get rid of him. He's a toxic piece of shit, but as a baseball player, get rid of him too. So it was the right thing. Mayhem says Apple just wants to show that they are powerful. Bash Brannigan says the Galaxy S20 is still selling on Amazon. Does Samsung still support? Yeah, I'm getting updates. Silver CS. Holy tamale. JFC. Any chance of a Toronto Islands video? Thank you for the $55
Any
Canadiana.
chance of A2 Islands vid?
I don't know why. Oh, I didn't notice that video ended. All right, let's get the second video fired up in a second. How long has the video been ended for? But thank you, Silver CS. I will get out to the islands. I've done like Center Island. I want to do more of the islands. So I will definitely pick a day and get out. Maybe we'll make a collab out of it. But thank you so much, Silver CS. Mark my words. There will be some more island content this year. Hopefully a live stream as well. If I'm going to take a ferry and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to record a video, I might as well do a live stream too. But thank you, Silver CS. Providing Bell has the chops to a live stream from there. Last time I live streamed from there, I had to use Rogers, and it barely worked. It barely worked. Anyways, video number 2. This is starting at Grange Park. I'm going to go get some lunch, and then we're going to continue on to the subway. Bash Brannigan says Tim Cook is out if the vision fails. I don't know about that. It's not a mass market product. I don't care who you are. I don't know why it came out that way. A little bit of Scottish leaked out, but you're not paying $3,500 for like a first generation augmented reality headset. At least wait till like the second or third generation come out, right? They've clearly blown Oculus out of the water. Tom Bike says Grange Park is one of my favorite spots. Sapand TTC Explorer in the house. Hello, Sapand. Happy belated birthday to you once again. Mark says, where did you grow up and where did you reside now? I was born in Brampton. I grew up in MISSISSAUGA, and I reside in Midtown Toronto at Yonge and Eglinton. Lisa says, Johnny, have you ever gone to Muskoka? Very nice up there. I've been to Muskoka several times. I had a friend in high school who had a cottage up there. I think it's Deerfield. I've played Deerfield Golf Course a few times up in Muskoka. I've done some runs from like Toronto to go up there to play. It's an excellent golf course back when I used to play golf. But yeah, I've been to Muskoka lots. My friend's cottage was on Skeleton Lake. David says, Johnny, today I was talking on the phone to an Xfinity representative. I don't even know who that is on the phone. And you always ask where they are. He was in Jamaica, so I explained you would view places on YouTube constantly. And well, look, ever been? No, I have not been to Jamaica. But in the Caribbean, I've only been to Mexico, the DR, and Cuba. I'd like to go one day. You are welcome, Sapand. I hope you had a good birthday. Robert Saberwall says, Young and Eglinton was your first home as a baby. And where? You're in the States now, aren't you? I thought you were like on the West Coast somewhere. Sanjay says, Deerhurst. That's it, Deerhurst. Deerfield was in was off the QEW in Burlington or Oakville. I think Oakville. I was thinking Deerhurst. Yes, I played Deerhurst twice. It's been that long since I've been golfing. And sadly, the Jays are down 2-1. Have you heard of the McCall lasagna catastrophe? No, I have not, Aaron. I have never heard of that. Lisa Gibson grew up in Mississauga as well. And the Ottawa Wanderer, $2.20. You give such good advice, Johnny. Thank you. The Ottawa Wanderer. Thank you so much for the $2.20, Lisa. Roof says, Johnny, do a Toronto Zoo stream. I've noticed so many people do if interested. Thank you as well, Maroof. I'll have to do that. I haven't been to the zoo in a long time. It's kind of far. Mark says, one more question and then you'll leave me alone. Have you ever been to New York City? I have been. I've been to New York City a few times. I was there 2 years ago. I was on two of Action Kid's videos, one of his regular videos and a live stream there. I quite like New York City. I think it's probably my second favorite city in North America, next to the obvious. I think it's.
You give such good advice, Johnny.
It's stupidly expensive to live or to visit, but it's an awesome city, and there's a reason why it's kind of like the GOAT of big Western cities. So I may have had McDonald's. And what was silly was I had this big McDonald's meal. And then right after this, I ended up going for like ramen. And I had a big bowl of Ryu's noodle bar right after this. And I couldn't finish my ramen because I ate a quarter pounder. Claudia says Johnny's going to the zoo. Maybe. Chris Back says the Toronto Zoo is quite a trip. The CEO is a really nice fellow. Well, let's just be happy that that idiot premier doesn't want to relocate the zoo for some reason like he does the Science Center. You should do a Staten Island ferry ride in New York City. There's a lot of things I should do in New York City. New York City is where the Walking Man dude honored me. Yes, I met the Walking Man dude in Times Square. Chris Mills says, watch the Chapman catch. You know I'm on delay, right? Lisa says, zoos bums you out. Yeah. Seeing birds of prey in like little cages is pretty depressing. Ooh, that was a really nice Chapman catch. Seeing like lions and shit not have the space to even run like full speed. I think the Toronto Zoo actually has a pretty good lion area actually. Go watch a game and yell at the umpire. Valerie Rogers, $5. Thank you, Valerie Rogers. I'm not the type to yell at umpires, especially not drunken from the stands, but thank you, Valerie. And thank you, Lisa Gibson, for the $2.79 as well. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Valerie. Ann says, did you use your free pizza already? I did, and I turned it into 4 meals. I got an 8-piece medium pizza, and I ate it in 2 pieces at a time over the course of 4 meals. Just recently, Dutch Maz did a Staten Island ferry live stream, which was great. Neat. Maybe...
Go watch the game and yell at the umpire.
Nicholas Druda, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm just reading random comments. But it looks like the Jays are out of the half inning. What a catch by Chapman, though. That was pretty sick. And we are heading down into the subway station. I'm heading down to St. Patrick, I believe. I think this is St. Patrick. Yeah, it must be because I was just at Grange Park. There's nothing else this could be. The station that looks kind of like a Star Wars set. Valerie says yelling at the umpire is half the fun of going to a game. As long as you're not making a fool of yourself. David says Washington State legalized cannabis. Awesome. Cameron Richard, 279. And it says to celebrate the first super chat from Cameron Richard. Cameron, we took your super chat virginity. Thank you for the 279. We will celebrate this. Thank you so much, Cameron, for your support and for the super chat. Gabrielle says, oh boy, that's a long corridor. Not unreasonable for a subway station. I think this is a pretty well done and well integrated station. They're not blowing up an entire block like they are now just to build underground streetcars on Eglinton. Were baseball games canceled because of the forest fire smog? The one I know of was the Yankees and White Sox 2 days ago. I think they did an air quality. They did a doubleheader yesterday. Is the air good to bring out my 3-month-old to stroll? Mahan, do not ask me actual medical advice. I'm not the person. Maybe someone, Sanjay in Kingston, you're a doctor. Maybe you can answer that, but I would say Google it and use your judgment. Don't ask some dude who's drinking a beer on YouTube. That's not the best way to get advice about your 3-month-old. Roof says, Johnny, I am helping with the special needs kids on the 22nd in June. Awesome. Thank you for doing that, Maroof. Bree Graham says, lol, super chat virginity sounds gross. Sorry about that. It came to mind. Sorry. Please tell us more about Walking Man Dude. No, Walking Man Dude is totally not me, Ken, and Action Kid. He's his own person. That's all I can say. He's 100% not us and his own person. Maroof says, you are a half doctor? You say don't wait. That's interesting. Sanjay says 3 month. That's a tough one. There we go. Some actual advice from qualified people. Harjot says the Jays are losing by 1 and the Twins are winning by 2. No, Harjot. If the Jays are losing by 1, how can the Twins be winning by 2? The Twins are winning by 1 and the Jays are losing by 1. Shivlin says 239 watching, 100 likes. Thank you. Chris Back says it's the creepiest subway station. I like it. I like the Death Star vibes. Canwell says favorite band. Growing up through my whole life, I've probably played more Pumpkins than I have anyone else. And I've also owned all of their albums up to Machina. That was the last one. Although I have an Aeroplane Flies High box set sitting over there I'm looking at. Seeing the bare bones of it makes it feel so much bigger. Correct. While the football season is over for 2 months, which American, Canadian sport and team should I start watching, says Ruben. Well, you have a choice between Major League Soccer, but since you're looking for an American or North American sport, I would say just watch baseball. Watch the Jays. They're like a little under 50% to get into the playoffs right now. This looks like Toronto's intestinal tract. Shivlin says Lionel Messi is coming to the end. Is that true? Is that true? Is Messi coming to Major League Soccer? I just cut that off. Why did that get cut off? I find that hard to believe. Ruben says true. What team is Messi coming to? Before I cut off my Google Assistant there. Gaby says true. Messi in Miami coming soon. He must be getting paid a lot. How old is he, right? Like in soccer, 30 is an old man, right? It's one of the few sports where you're like washed up when you're in your early 30s. Other sports, you're still kind of in your prime. Virginia Wedlake, $5 just because. Thank you, Virginia Wedlake. Cheers to you. And I can see you've done it before based on the lack of, this is your first super chat knows, but thank you, Virginia. Bash Brannigan says Messi is a player as coach. I'm guessing a player. Valerie says Miami is the rumor. See, Major League Soccer, not on my radar, not on my map. If I had a choice between like the Argos and the Toronto FC, I'd probably pick the Argos if you gave me free tickets to one of them. I don't know. Anywho, this video was me and Ken going for a walk. And I have muted this video because, well, let's just say I muted this video. Oliveira or Dariush Benali tomorrow. Mix 76 That is such a hard question. This is either going to be Oliveira staying relevant and at the top of the division, or this is the end of a very impressive run. You can't, like, his last loss is not the end of the world for him. But I think Oliveira is going to take it. I think he is the second best lightweight in the world. So I think Oliveira. Well, maybe Usman Nurmagomedov is better than him, but he's in Bellator, so we'll never know. But I'm gonna say Oliveira. Julie says, like when Beckham went to the LA Galaxy, all money and promotion. Who drank too much beer? Bloor's washroom is one of a kind. Yeah, I always get this whenever I go to the bathroom in Bloor Young Station. I always get this feeling that like someone is going to come up and like hit me from behind while I'm like going to the bathroom. Like, it is a very weird bathroom, right? The people you see there, usually the stalls, you'll look in the bottom of the stall and they'll just be like bags and bags. Like someone like literally moved their whole life into the bathroom stall. Like, it's such a weird bathroom, Bloor Young Station. But there's always soap and running water so you can clean up and leave. Lisa says you've used the washroom there. Yeah, I've never used a stall, but I've used the urinal. Too much information. Sorry, guys. TMI. Mix76 says you can't decide. You like both guys. I like both guys too, and I think Dariush has been shortchanged. He should have been in a title fight by now, but he's not marketable. Nobody wants to pay to watch him on a pay-per-view. That's the big knock on him. That's why Dana White low-key hates him. But I think Oliveira is going to win. Anne says, what's for dinner tonight? I had a bowl of Kellogg's Mueslix for dinner tonight. Lisa says I can give you a washroom code, one above base station. All right, I will take your code. But honestly, for a number one, base station is fine. Johnny Strides wait till you go to McDonald's and they have no burgers. When was that during breakfast? That's the only time. Even then, they shouldn't they still have them? Don't they still serve the regular menu while they're serving breakfast? I don't know. I don't know about this. So me and Ken going for a walk, but this was after the live stream. We got a bunch of super chats to go get some food together. So we went to Burrito Boys and we cashed in those super chats, and we both had bean and cheese burritos of all things. Ken had a ginger ale, I believe. I had a Coke Zero, and now we are walking east on Adelaide Street, which recently its bike lanes are being reconfigured to be on the north side of Adelaide. Once that's finished, I'll be redoing or revisiting Adelaide Street, probably on the e-scooter, and just checking out the new bike lanes. Gaby says 2-2 Toronto. You are spoiling it for me. Brock Stewart is about to pitch. There's a runner on first. My video is clearly behind yours. George Springer hits the ball into the gap with 2 out, and the Jays have tied it. Bash Brannigan says, was this after the assault? After we ran into that dingus who pushed Ken down? Yes, this is after that. Marge says, and you talked about secret YouTube stuff. Yeah, we weren't gossiping about viewers. Don't worry about that. I just thought it was very inappropriate to play a personal conversation on the stream. Lisa says, do you know what I just realized? No, how the hell am I going to know what you just realized? Oilers fan forever says the Blue Jays will win. I hope they do. Lisa says, I don't think there are washrooms in Manulife. Is there no food court there? Is there no like restaurants or food court? I know there's like an Eataly, but if there's no like open, if there's no cafes, if there's no restaurants, I don't think they're required to have public bathrooms, are they? And it's kind of like connected to like the path system up there anyways, right? So maybe Cumberland Terrace has bathrooms and they just say, go use that. Chris Back says it would be cool if you and Ken did a Canada Day live stream. There we go. Maybe we'll look into it. Shimlin says Taste of Little Italy is next week. When is Due West Fest? Is that this week? When is Due West Fest?
According to Facebook, Due West Fest is coming back June the 10th of September 11, 2023. Lansdowne Avenue along Dundas Street West. See you at Due West Fest, where it all comes together.
That is am I going to go do a festival tomorrow? Is that the thing I'm going to do tomorrow? I totally forgot about that. I should fire Nightbot. I like Nightbot. Nightbot has quirks, but we're going to keep Nightbot. Mick says, rip the Iron Sheik. Oh, another WWF wrestler bites the dust. I grew up watching that stuff. Nicholas says, what are your opinions of Justin Trudeau? About as high as my opinions of Doug Ford, which is pretty low. I don't like either of them. But we'll just leave it at that. Picard says, a day in the life of Ken. Lisa says, did you do it last year? Yes, I did, but it has... The appeal of Due West Fest is it's like the first big festival of the year, right? I feel like once I've done that, there's really going to be no pressure or need to do every single festival after that because they're all kind of the same thing. You get like the same kind of vendors, the same kind of atmosphere. It's kind of like, I don't know if I want to keep going around that festival thing. And those videos don't do that well. Like, I think the Due West Fest video last year did pretty well because it was like the first one. But by the time you get to like the Polish festival and the Ukrainian festival, which were on the same day, I would rather just make a regular walking video than just cover repetitive festivals. Fano says, what is the festival for? It used to be called like Dundas West Fest, but when all this controversy started about the name Dundas, they changed it to Due West Fest. 200 Japanese yen rolling in. Arigato. Thank you, Rayama Kanata. Did I read that right? Thank you for the 200 Japanese yen. Thank you so much. Lisa says, except Garlic Festival, that's a banger. Never been to the Garlic Festival. Do we ever see the 501 streetcar on Lakeshore Boulevard West to Long Branch Loop again? It only goes to like Humber Bay, right? And then it turns around. I don't know. What is going on with like the Lakeshore stretch of the 501? I know we're not going to see it on Queen for a very long time. But thank you for the 200 yen. Tamil Fest is taking place on August 26th and 27th in Scarborough. Maybe I'll do some more like that. There's one for Taste of Manila, I think, up at Bathurst and Wilson. Maybe I'll go do that. I'm more tempted to do ones I haven't done. But yeah, Vivian says there's so many festivals. Why not do a different one each year? Yeah, I'll try to do ones that I haven't done. I might still do Due West Fest. Just because it's like the first one of the year, I'll get out and do that, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I don't know. Tara Tracy is here. Hello, Tara Tracy. Speaking of, I am going to excuse myself for a minute, so you can, I guess, watch the video without listening to me and Ken jibber jabber because I muted it. But I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Johnny is so nice.
Hey guys, what's up? What did I miss? Navel says I'll have to mop the bathroom floor. After what? Why would I have to mop the bathroom floor? Mohit says last year in September they worked 24/7 on tracks on Lakeshore west of Park Lawn, but nothing after that. Hopefully they get that cleared up. Sapan says thanks for your support, Johnny Strides. I have no idea what you are talking about. What are you talking about? Reading, this is very weird. I did not super chat myself. Do you have Charlie there? Says David Clippard. No, Charlie is located in Riverdale at home right now. His owners might be watching the stream. Hi, Charlie's owners. I hope you didn't mind that I slipped Charlie some laxatives before I left. Juan Strides sent a super chat. Hey, DP, Blue Jays. Top of 7, 2 out. Sweet David says, like a good old Chuck. So we are, where am I going? I think we walked up to Dundas Square, which was actually a really stupid thing because I had trouble getting on the subway. We should have just gone to Queen or something because it was so full by the time we got that. I don't know, Peter, but they do save it for like the spring and summer months. So we tend to get all the big road construction right now. Bash Brannigan says, will you ever do the Thailand Water Festival again? Songkran. It was fun. I don't want to do it for as long as I did it, and I don't think I'll do it in that city again. I would go
Let's get you to Atlantic Canada to indulge in some of the East Coast lifestyle.
Cameron Richard, $6.99. Let's get you to Atlantic Canada. Where do you suggest I go in Atlantic Canada? There's like St. John's. There's Halifax. Wherever Navel Koss is, I will go somewhere else. How does that sound? But thank you, Cameron Richard, for the $6.99. Definitely, we're going to get out to the East Coast at some point. It's just a matter of where and when. PEI might be cool. PEI might be cool. Tara Tracy says Halifax. We will see. But yeah, Peter, I don't know. They just... Oh, I was answering the question about will I do the Thailand Water Fest again. Yeah, maybe just a different city, though. David says, just a little thing, but as a trivia note, Johnny is the quickest typist you have ever seen. I type over 100 words per minute. Is that good? I don't know. I'm pretty fast. Do you think Toronto would tolerate a water blast fest? No, not on that level. Do you plan to do some Go Ride live streams that I haven't done yet, Shivlin? Maybe when I go to Niagara Falls, I might stream that from the Go Train. That might be worth doing. Mick says, are you a fan of Not Just Bikes YouTuber? I am. We've been in touch before outside of YouTube. He's a really nice guy. I talked to him like 3 years ago. We sent some emails to one another. Seldom talking since then, but he's obviously become a super big YouTuber, and I'm still a little squirt. But yeah, no, awesome channel. I like it. Limitless Thinker says, hi, Johnny and all Canadian friends. Used to work a block east from the Eaton Center. Awesome. Anne says 100 words per minute is extremely good. You type for a living. Thank you. I didn't tell you the error or accuracy rate, did I? But I can definitely do 100 per minute. And I have this like fancy mechanical keyboard, so it sounds like I'm typing louder and faster than I am. Moncton, New Brunswick. Used to live in New Brunswick. There's an idea. Not Just Bikes is a donor on the Vash channel, so it must be fairly cool. CJ Hoyle lived in New Brunswick for a time. How did you learn to type so fast? 2 words. Mavis Beacon. Gaby says you love Not Just Bikes. Yeah, I like a lot of like Alan Fisher. I like. There's like the Strong Towns channel just dropped a new video today. I watch all that urbanist stuff. City Nerd, City Beautiful. I watch Reese on RM Transit, of course, as well. That's just like a genre that I geek out on quite a bit. It's probably like the genre I watch most on YouTube. That, and I watch a lot of like aviation and like travel videos, like Noel Phillips and some of those guys as well. Cameron says, you'll battle me for St. John. All right. How fast do you type after a couple of edibles, Bash Brannigan? You know what? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll take a typing test on the Johnny Stumbles channel. We'll do like a... I said I type 100 words per minute, but can I really? Maybe we'll take an edible, get a little fucked up, and try to do a typing challenge on stream. How is that? Mick says never knew what a strode was before. Yeah, it's just a term that was coined by Strong Towns. It's not actually a thing, but it should be like an official term because it makes perfect sense. Chris Back had a typing class back. Yeah, I had a typing class too. That was part of like, I think I was in like grade 7 or grade 8 and we just had typing class. And also my parents bought like a 486 computer. It was not a DX2. It was an SLC2, an IBM SLC2. So like not the top end 486 at the time, but we had Mavis Beacon, and I also learned to type at home as well. Peter says, I've heard you mentioned edibles before. What are those? I would suggest Googling it. Sanjay also just answered you. Nicholas says, have you been to Boston? Yes, I've been to Boston, and I've been to Fenway Park and seen a game at Fenway Park. Anne says, you took a typing class in high school? Glad we're talking about typing on a Friday night. What? It's Friday night. What better topic to talk about than like typing on a QWERTY keyboard? There's nothing else I would rather be doing. Although I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night, and it is pretty damn fun what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. So we will probably talk about that on the Sunday night stream over on the Johnny Stumbles channel. But yeah, I've got my weekend cleared out. Maybe... What is this? Maybe I'll do the Due West Fest tomorrow. That's a quick and dirty, easy video I can go down and make. We will see. Anne says we're chilling, talking about whatever comes up. There we go. Peter says, okie dokie, that stuff ain't legalized yet in Australia. It is legal in Thailand, which is not super far from you, but unfortunately there might be a regime change in Thailand, and as soon as it's legal there, it might not be legal. Why is it every time you visit Toronto you're greeted with these amazing preachers at Dundas Square? Did you mean amazing like that? In which case I agree with you. If by amazing you mean loud and obnoxious, yeah, they're usually on the southwest corner there. Tara Tracy says you're coming to meet me in June of 2025, or you're coming to Toronto June of 2025. How? That is so long away. This channel might not even exist in June of 2025. I may have ascended to like demigod by then, right? I might be just floating around with a drone making videos. Who knows what 2025? But welcome to Toronto in advance. You're always welcome to drop into a live stream and say hi. Maroof says, Johnny, tomorrow's the nude bike ride fundraiser. Yes, that is starting at Coronation Park, actually. Don't be naked on like public bike share bikes unless you're putting a towel down on the seat or something. I just think that's kind of gross. But yeah, Coronation Park tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. nude bike ride. I will not be there. I will not be participating. I don't need pictures of me buck ass naked on a bike being uploaded. I'm also worried, like, what if you get into an accident? What if you fall off your bike? Like, it's one thing to turn yourself into like human pizza. It's another thing to turn your goods into human pizza. Like that alone makes it not something I ever want to do. What if something gets like snagged on something? Like you get into a crash and like part of you like snags on something else, and it like it's a 1 in a million, but that's not the 1 in a million I want to risk ever, right? So no naked bike rides for me. Sorry guys. It's also not something I can film because I don't want to spend like 3 days like blurring stuff out in my software from a naked bike ride, right? There's going to be no. Novell Cost says I don't think people will be going that fast. Probably not, but it's still not worth the chance. Robert says bike chains are dangerous. I would go in like a bodysuit, like that was like skin colored bodysuit. I think then I would go. But I wouldn't film it. And I don't own a bodysuit, so I'm not going. RJ McKenzie says, hey, Johnny, good evening. Hello. Yeah, Cirque du Soleil is on Lakeshore and Park Lawn. Apparently, parking is just a shit show, and it's a nightmare getting in and out of that. Mr. Mann says, not to mention skid marks on the street or on the seat. Imagine you stumble upon them at Due West Fest. Maybe. But the Due West Fest, you're going to have to walk your bike through there. I remember last year, I was live streaming on Friday night, I think, at Due West Fest. And then I went back the next day and I recorded it. Worked in the ER. You wouldn't believe what some people do to themselves, says Gaby. Yeah. Not worth it. I'm not getting on a bike naked. I'm not doing anything in public naked. Just in fear of like an accident happening. And that being the end of little Johnny. DeRicha says brown substance. Ugh, I shouldn't have read that comment. Should not have read that comment. Oh, there I am with Ken. So we are saying goodbye to Ken. Ken is wearing a Stranger Things t-shirt. We just said goodbye to Ken. And we are heading down into the depths of Dundas Station. Yeah, so maybe tomorrow. I don't know, Lisa. Did I just say that? Maybe tomorrow I'll go do West Fest. I've got my... When I live stream these events, I use this thing. And I put the camera on it because I can kind of like raise the camera up. I can put the camera on here and I can hold it up to get like a better perspective. So this is what I would be deploying if I go record tomorrow. What just happened to the camera in the video? I have no idea. This is just a video I made for a Friday night live stream, though. It's not that serious. No, Patrick, you weren't the only one to hear that word. Unfortunately. Oh, well. I said it. Don't regret it. Sapan says Dundas Station on line 1. Oh, if you're on line 2 tomorrow, I believe this weekend between Woodbine and Broadview. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe line 2 is down tragically. So you might have to make alternate arrangements or take the shuttle bus, which is always way worse on line 2 than it is on line 1. What's Westfest? Never heard of it. It's the Dundas Westfest. They just renamed it because there was some like really, really stupid and controversy around the name Dundas. So they just changed the name. Welcome to the oversensitive 2020s. You're right, Woodbine to Broadview from June 10th to 11th. Thank you, Epic Nation HD, and congrats to you on hitting 1,000 subscribers. Congrats to you, Liam. Check out the Epic Nation HD channel. Good job, and it was nice to meet you the other day. I'm sure we'll run into each other again. Oh, this guy was... Oh, I wish I didn't mute that part. That guy was hilarious. Why didn't... Oh... I wish I didn't mute that part. Oh, well. Is this station... No, the platform screen doors, as Reese from RM Transit calls them, are going in on Bloor Young, but all of line 1 will eventually get them at some point. All of line 1 should be getting them, but we're going to start with Bloor Young, and all of the Ontario line is getting them too. So it's definitely a positive start. Will I be using the gimbal for the Pride Parade? If I do Pride, I did Pride last year. It was kind of a nightmare for like just being so crowded. It was so hard to just like walk anywhere. And it was like a copyright music hell. So I don't know if I'm going to do Pride this year, but yeah, this is what I used last year. And if I do it this year, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just literally going to go back to the same place and do exactly the same thing. Valerie says some people will find something to be offended at about. Yeah, being offended is their hobby. That is sadly true. Sadly true. This pendulum is so far on the crazy side on both ends of the spectrum. Harjet says, how's your e-scooter doing? The e-scooter is well. Have you got those new trains in circulation yet? The new Via trains? I don't believe so. Just reading some of your comments, but Sam says mustard. I'll do something for Pride. I'll definitely do like a Church Street Pride Festival walk. I didn't do like the Trans Pride Parade last year, I think. Maybe I'll do that. Or the Trans March, they called it. I miss some events. I don't know. I want to do stuff that I didn't do in years past rather than just redoing the same thing. The parade itself, though, it was like the most exhausting thing I ever filmed because I could barely move. And I don't want to just stand there and watch a parade go by because it goes so slow. I want to walk like into the parade. That way you can, as a viewer, can see the whole parade, but you don't have to wait for it to come through. So it was like stupidly challenging. Maybe I'll do the same thing this year. I don't know. Is your balcony quiet or do you get lots of city noise? It's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. 21st Century Walk says, hello, Striders. Hello, 21st Century Walks. No to that question. All right. We're just going to whip through some comments. It's been a while since I've answered comments on a live stream, and normally I run these streams for like 90 minutes. We've still got some time left. So let me pull up the comments here. So a lot of these are going to be from today's walk. Great video, Johnny. Thanks for sharing your day with Charlie. Thank you. Nice channel, nice camera. I want to start something similar with this channel. Can I ask how much is the RPM of the channel? What he's asking for is how much money do I make per 1,000 views? No, I'm not going to tell you that. Sorry, I'm just going to ignore that comment. Peter says, the Ice Pad, a Canadian legend, played goal there in his wintertime hockey league till his unfortunate passing. Gord Downey of the Tragically Hip. Gord lived in the neighborhood. So, Gord played at Withrow Park. That's interesting. Harjot says, thank you. I'm going to say I didn't know that! Exclamation mark. Marie Palmer. Charlie is so adorable and such a good walker. He could teach Dexter a few things. Thank you, Marie. We'll send Charlie over to give Dexter a lesson. Gene says, more Charlie. This video didn't do too well, but I think the viewers who knew Charlie is appreciated it. TSEKAWE. Hello, I am a new subscriber. Hello, welcome. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet to this channel. We're slowly but surely getting our ass up to 100,000. I think it was deliberately lit. Are you talking about the wildfires? Sheena Roberts, £5. Great walk with Charlie. Many thanks. Thank you, Sheena. I think the first one came from Jeanette on this one. But Sheena, thank you for sending £5 super chat. Not only do you send me a super chat, you're also like modding. Sheena, superstar. Thank you so much for that. The happy-go-lucky one says Charlie Hart. MJM says the lack of height and density along Pape is truly an embarrassment to the city and an injustice to anyone struggling with housing affordability. If instead of Pape you said Danforth, I would agree with you. The fact that there's already one rapid transit line and another one coming, yet this whole area is dominated by single-family homes is the primary reason the area of the city has been losing population while the city's overall has ballooned massively. I can't disagree with this at all. Yes, we need more housing, but as the NIMBYs would say, as long as it's not here, we need more housing, but at the same time, the developers do kind of walk all over us. We need actual regulations in terms of making more of it affordable. We need a better definition of affordable housing. We need more of it to be affordable. But we definitely need more housing. And if you're not going to build it on a busy transit corridor, where are you going to build it? What are we doing? I don't disagree with that at all. John Burke says, nice video. Thank you. Wonderful walk. Charlie is such a nice dog. Happy you decided to make this video. Thank you. I randomly reply to some of these. Sebastian says, good night from Trinidad. Like watching your video. Thank you. Elise P says, love Charlie so good on the leash. You are welcome. Great job, Johnny. Enjoy your summer vacation. On behalf of our team, we are continuing our support for your channel. Thank you. That was on a members video I made with Ken. Lisa says, yes, more affordable. It's greedy developers. It's also shitty politicians for not doing what they should do and banning Airbnb, which is gobbling up. I mean, it's allowing investors and foreign investors to sit on a whole bunch of Canadian property and like not have people live in it. Charlie picked a spot in the shade at Withrow Park, did he? Why not in the shade of a high rise? That would obviously be just as good. Of course it would be just as good. Shade is shade. Unless you're a brain dead NIMBY. This guy was a eye roll. Yeah. Oh, the Urbanity did an excellent video on how NIMBYs use shade as a reason not to build high rises. As if like shade is a bad thing. As if like part of a park being in shade for part of the day is a bad thing. Like, have you been to Manhattan? It's not a problem. Great vid. Love the Woodle Charlie. Very cute indeed. Thank you. Blessed Friday, everyone. Great job. Keep it up. Thank you. Jeanette Morales. It was great to see Charlie again. Thanks for this awesome walk. Thank you, Jeanette. Jeanette sent $10 on a super chat. I usually do sticky or the super stickers, and I know Sheena sent them as well, but Jeanette's was first. First come, first serve. But thank you, Sheena. Thank you, Jeanette, so much for your support. Charlie is so cute. Thank you, Sapand. What a good boy, Charlie. A lot of comments positive. We should meet up when I come to Toronto in August 11th to 13th. Well, I don't know who you are, but maybe. Wow, you always come so close to the Bain Co-op. It starts at Bain and Logan, and I invite you to explore the interior too. Yeah, I've done a video, though, that went along there. Wesley says, have you seen your comment yet? I don't know. My dog is not a fan of that off-leash park. He would much rather play in the baseball field. I love the sound of Charlie's paws. We don't have it. Don't we have a walk in Cornwall? I don't, and have no plans on it either. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm not going to Cornwall to make a video. I have the Rode Lav wireless mic. Cool. Johnny, I sold my Do-It-All Pocket 2. Okay. To a pawn shop. All right, guys. I am going to get a drink. We're getting into the comments. We have 240 viewers still. I'm going to get not another beer, but like some kind of drink. I'll be back in a second. Anne says you are very direct. Sometimes I'm direct. Sometimes I'm not. But I'll be back in a second. All right, we're back. George says it's better to be direct most of the time. And we have a lime bubbly, which you cannot see because the green screen. There we go. Bubbly lime, it says. But yeah, I'm going to be drinking this clear. No one says, did Johnny have his edible yet? No, after the stream. After the stream. It's okay. 21st Century Walks just gifted one Johnny Strides channel membership. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but Fifi Connie L was gifted a membership by 21st Century Walks. Thank you. Welcome to the ranks of channel membership, Fifi Connie L, and thank you so much, 21st Century Walks, a channel member themselves. Thank you for the support. And welcome to channel membership. I'll be doing a exclusive video for channel members later this month, as well as a my usual update. Keep up the great nature rides or walks. Thank you. Dylan says good morning. Good morning, Dylan. Thank you so much. Johnny, when's the gimbal coming back? Streams are definitely not the same smoothness. Had to stop watching because your walking movement definitely comes across. Never did with the gimbal. I'm still experimenting with this, but there will for sure be the gimbal in low light streams. Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna stay without the. As much as I love not using the gimbal, it is better with the gimbal. It's just this thing is like really heavy and big. This thing is just like so small and so light. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I might, when I travel, when I go to like other countries and stuff, because I'm like a carry-on only person, I'm definitely going to use this and not the gimbal and rely on the software stabilization. But I don't know. I might be bringing back the gimbal actually. Lisa says, "Mr. Bubbly, new flavor is raspberry." I haven't had raspberry, but I like the lime personally. Action Kid says that Moza Mini 2 nearly destroyed. Action Kid, what kind of eagle-eyed person are you, Action Kid? You actually recognized that this is the Moza Mini 2 that I lent you, the one that's kind of screwed up. I didn't know it was screwed up, but it's got this like auto adjusting system on it. Also, it's missing the stick, the control stick. It like fell out somehow, so I have to like stick my finger in there to like. But yeah, Action Kid, how was your ankle doing after that little bit of a misstep you took the other day and had to end your stream? I hope you're doing better. The bike lane is covered by snow, making it unrideable for road bikes. Just ride on the road where it is nice and clean. I don't know about that. Good morning. Good morning. You were in the blast radios of the first guy. I don't think that was English. Action Kid says my ankle is much better now. Good to know, Action Kid. Glad you've healed up. I blame the Toronto bike infrastructure. Someone decided to spend a bunch of money on bike lanes that don't work in a city like Toronto. Eye roll. Great analysis, champ. Did I spell analysis right? I don't know. Don't let any smoke from wildfire stop you. I didn't. Quality is good in 1080p. Thank you. Whoa, no, this isn't 4K. Video quality looks a bit shaky. This is a pre-recorded stabilized video. Lol, was he wearing Uggs? I don't know. I don't know. I love the views of the city in that lovely neighborhood. Maybe you'll get back there this fall. I hope so. Saeed says you enjoyed it a lot. Thank you. Come on, we need some juicy comments. This is regarding to my crossing the street in Saigon. I mean, after 5 crossings, you're used to it. Remains funny to see newly arrived tourists struggle with the crossing. Hey, that was me before. I was once a newly arrived tourist. Sanjay says Johnny was an English teacher. I was English teacher, depending on your definition of that. Great video, Johnny. The section of Toronto, this is regarding Pape Village, is stuck in the past with its quiet, but it's quiet with a unique vibe, very much a working class area. The medical law offices across from Pape Station have been there for decades. Neat. Thanks for the info. I love watching Johnny while at work. It helps me get through the day quicker. Thank you. Nice morning. Deborah Ball. I caught the very end of the live stream and I'm now watching the replay. I love your walks in the area. Vintage homes and beautiful views from Riverdale Park. Thank you, Deborah Ball. RJ says no juicy comments. Johnny is getting bored. Well, the juicy comments are. Sapand says more bad air quality. Sapand. Here we go. We got one in. I don't know what language this is. I'm just going to skip this. In the snow, they will not give you the right of way because doing that will cause a multi-car accident. You should know better, especially during the snow. Did you actually watch the video? Because I don't think you did. Eye roll. All right. Yes, cars always have right of way in snowstorms because if they don't, they will cause multi-car accidents. Like, did you actually watch what happened? The car that was completely stopped decided just to start turning when the pedestrians started crossing? Yes. Johnny, don't you mean shame to your family on that throw? Oh, that was when I... Yeah, I know what he's talking about. All right. I was born in Toronto. I just skipped that comment. Another camera dude looking for opportunities to be offended. Another toxic... Okay, we'll just skip that. Epic Nation HD for life says, great video. I also don't like the quality of the air. It's really playing with your body, asthma and breathing. Love the video. Thank you, Liam. I hope that the air now is better for you. It'd be nice if you could travel and show some world-class cities like New York City, Paris, HK, Tokyo, Shanghai, Dubai. This Toronto is so dull and sad. Really? Dubai? World-class? Can I have passed that joint over this way? Eye roll. There's my comment. Dubai is not a world-class city. It's not even a city. It's basically like a superhighway with some tall buildings around it. And oh, by the way, not much in the way of human rights. Good observation there. Johnny Strides using driver's lingo. I see you. I don't know what to make of that comment. GD Kid, here in Ottawa, the air index is regularly 11, which is on the app is listed as very high health risk. And if you check the air quality map, we are smack dab in the middle of the dark red. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Lisa says, I think Yonge Street really needs a modernization. It really needs to be single lane in both directions with the sidewalks expanded and protected bike lanes installed all the way through. And says you are hilarious with the comments sometimes. Yeah, Dubai. What's that video? What am I thinking of? There's a video. By Adam something that has 10 million views called Dubai is a parody of the 21st century.
When we hear the word Dubai, most of us picture towering skyscrapers, immense wealth, police with Lamborghinis, 7-star hotels with the absolute cream of society inside them. Also the Palm Islands, the World Islands, the Burj Khalifa, the Burj Al Arab, futuristic symbols of incredible wealth. And so in light of all that, I'm here to make the case that Dubai, the Emirates, and the Gulf countries in general are one of the worst places on the planet. Now this is a rather bold claim, I realize, but it's one that I can substantiate fully. So let's take a look at what's really behind the glitz and glamour, the true face of Dubai and the...
It's a shithole. I came to that conclusion a long time ago as a fan of like urban development and cities, but to each their own. If you like it, you like it. I'm not going to hold that against you, but there ain't nothing world class about that place. SUV did nothing wrong. Angry he can't afford to drive. Yeah, by making an illegal turn. He did nothing wrong. I'm not sure what that is there, that M. Very nice footage. Heart, heart, heart. Thank you. Oh, that was the Pride Parade last year. Mike T says, maybe I'm crazy, but I think a walk around Dubai would be interesting. You've never really seen it before. It would be very interesting. I would actually really enjoy that. And there is a part of Dubai, like the old part of Dubai looks amazing. It's just the new part is, to me, is Yuck City. It's how not to plan a city. Here we go. Toronto Walks Pride Street Fest. This person said yuck. Oh, you saw your profile picture too? I don't know how else to respond to that one. But yeah, they have themselves in their profile picture. Another great video, Johnny. Funny you mentioned New Year's. Hard to believe that we're almost halfway through 2023. Keep safe and breathe easy as you can. Thank you. Nana Dots is a great video. Thank you. Hi, Johnny. I'm coming on late, like 9 hours later. You were out and about yourself. Haven't seen this area in a long time. Thank you, Nana Dots. Too bad the car didn't back up. Sad to hear about the wildfires. Thank you. Come on, we need some juicy comments. Nice walk down Pape. Sad the city and province are going to tear down this good building. We need some juicy comments. Bruce says, dude, shade from a high rise is not the same as shade from trees. All right, I'm gonna turn this off for a second here. YouTube, because I accidentally closed the other one. Oh, the urbanity. Videos.
People sometimes think of barriers and opposition to new housing construction as coming from a suburban culture of NIMBYism, but urban areas can be just as bad. A few weeks ago, we told the story of neighbors and councillors fighting new housing development near Guildwood train station.
This guy needs to watch this video. Dude, Lisa says, how so? Do I really need to explain the difference between a high-rise and a tree? No, you need to explain the difference between shade and shade. No, you have to explain the difference between shade from a building and shade from a tree. There you go, Lisa. I didn't actually see this. So you'd rather relax in the shadow of a high-rise than under a big leafy tree? Since you didn't ask me the question, what does that say about you? Okay. Your inner NIMBY is showing. Shade is shade, and it's not a reason to not build much needed more housing. You are literally the problem if you're making this argument. Hi, my name is Lisa, and I'm not sorry. Yeah. Like making buildings shorter and removing housing. And the problem is there's been a lot of like housing developments where the developer says, okay, X number of units will be affordable and we're going to build X number of condos. Then the NIMBYs all come out with their pitchforks and they use shade as a reason to reduce the height. Well, you know what the developer does as an FU? They say, okay, we'll lower the height of the building, but we're going to take a big chunk out of the number of affordable units in the building because you're making us build less housing units, right? You've made it less lucrative for the greedy developers. So now we're getting less affordable housing. We're getting less housing because of like, you don't want like a little parquet to have an extra half hour of shade every day from a building when like, why is shade even a bad thing to begin with, right? Like, it's such a stupid effing argument to make. You could make 100 arguments why you shouldn't build a skyscraper, but shade is not one of them. It is not. So I just posted a link to the Urbanity video. And developers, of course, are going to turn the screws and like... Anyways, okay, I think we're good. I'm not gonna keep going off on these comments. We hit a juicy one. We're gonna end it. Ali BHG says they won't watch it. But I'm going to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you to our mods for your good work. I'm going to take an edible and watch the rest of the Blue Jay game and then watch a movie, I think. That's going to be my night. Huge thanks to everyone who sent support. We got a lot of support tonight. Thank you, guys. Cheers to that. Ann says, good night, Johnny and friends. Enjoy your edibles and movie after the stream. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST, we're going to premiere a video on this channel. Hopefully, the Sunday night Stumble stream will be on deck for 8 p.m. Sunday night, and hopefully I'll stream Monday or Tuesday on this channel again out in the wild, either on the e-scooter or walking around. Marie says thanks, enjoyed the stream. Thank you, Marie. Thanks, Bash Brannigan, and everyone else. Have a good night, and as Novell Koss always says, yoinks.